Hi friends. Today we'll be seeing some words related to integrative sentences. Yeah. So, what are integrative sentences? These are basically the question words which are used for questioning your friends and family. This is you commonly use if you are questioning someone. So, why to learn this? So, these are excellent. They come in handy when you start a conversation with the people and you want to exchange your basic conversation with anyone. These words come in handy. So, we'll see some of the words and some derived words in the same context in this short video. So the rule of what are the commonly used integrative words? So in English we use a word starting with the W and H. So the commonly used one are why, what, when, who, where, and the H word is how. So there are two other associated words which are whose and which. The commonly used relative pronoun, as you can see it here. We have whose and which, and we also have a derived word for how, which is how many and how much when we want to know a quantity of something. So yeah, basically these words we add up in a sentence, or we can also use it alone to ask a question to a particular person. So the same equivalent counterpart in Tamil is we have these set of words, as you can see here, my friends. So we have these set of words which are starting with the sounds Y, which starts with the sound Y to ask questions. So for if you want to use uh, what, we use N, and if you want to use when, we use Eppo, or if you want to use who, we use yaru, and for where we use enga. So the same sound comes here in just prefixing these words. So we can see an example. So when to use which word, we'll see an example. For example, if you want to know the reason why we use the word yen or edukku, which also means for what kind of thing. So yen or edukku, or if you just want to know the equivalent word for what, we use enna. For what, we use two set of words which are like which are just proximate or distal to the context which is used. So we'll start with an example. So we can see a word where. So when you want to know a particular place or where it happened, we ask a question like yenga. So the answer can be here or there. So whenever it is proximate, the rule here we can see is we have to start with the prefix which is e sound. So inga, we give a reply for here, we use inga. Whenever it is distal, whenever it is away, whenever you point out to a place away from you, we use anga. So you can see inga, whenever something is proximate to us, or something when you point towards you in context of time, place, or person, we use e sound inga. Whenever it is away, we use anga. So this rule is commonly seen in our all Indian languages. For example, in Hindi we use yaha, waha, kaha, whereas in Telugu or Malayalam we use ibida, vida, vida. In Telugu we use ikkada, akkada, ekkada, or in Kannada we use illi, alli, elli. So the same rule applies in Tamil also. And also you can see the same rule applies for all words. So for example, when someone is asking you how the manner is, how it is done. For example, eppadi. So whenever they ask you a word eppadi, you can just reply like ippadi, like this or like that, appadi. The same applies for everything. So for example, when someone is asking you a time related question, எப்போ போனீங்க or எப்போ வந்தீங்க, you can reply like இப்போ, that is now, or appo, that is then. The same thing like whenever someone is asking you a question like just to want to know a reason, like they're using எதுக்கு or ஏன், you can use இதுக்கு, like for this you can point out the reason and you can tell the reason and say இதுக்கு, or you can tell the reason, point out to a reason and say adukku. The same happens when we use idu or adu. So when you point out whenever which is the thing, when a question is put up like edu, you can answer idu, or you can answer adu. So the even for quantity also, if they want to know, if you want to know specifically mention the quantity, you can just say ittana or yivlu, or you can point out attana or avlu. So these words comes in handy even for asking question as well as answering them efficiently without any mistake. So these words can also be used alone, not in a full sentence. Like even if you ask someone enna, eppo, yaru, ettana, this also actually means sentences. So it's comes in handy when you are learning the language for the first time. So I also attached the link and description for how to get access. I have linked a lot of comments so that you can get examples which you can see later. And I have also attached the link and the description to how to get this Google Sheet access, which is of free. And I have also attached the link for the group which I'm actually forming to learn Tamil language through English. So if you have any doubt, you can feel free to put a comment there below, and also like and subscribe my channel. So we'll meet soon with the next video. Thank you so much, friends.